Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more chess. Before we get started with today's game/games, I thought I would. I looked around my profile to see what the deal is with provisional ratings, and I noticed there's a tooltip here that explains it. The deviation is there's not like you must play 12 games or whatever. It's the less certain the system is of your rating, it marks you as provisional if it's not certain enough. And it says right here. Oh, you can't see the tooltip, can you? I bet. The tooltip says above 110, the rating is considered provisional. So our deviation is just barely above that to be considered provisional. So we'll probably get a real rating in the next game or two. I haven't kept track of how much this has been going up and down, but I figure it won't be much longer. And I turned the sound back off. I just didn't like it that much. If it was the only reason you guys were watching, well, I kind of don't believe you because that was only like video 6 or 7 or whatever, right? So, I don't know. You can put on some soothing chess noises from someone else, maybe. Me, you just have to listen to me talk. All right, I'm white against Sharda Dariwa. And 10-5 as always, I'm sure you saw. Okay. I don't know. This preparing this. That seems pretty horrible, actually. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. It's going to be tough to get these guys out, though. Pushing this pawn blocks the knight, and this one lets the bishop out and the knight, but I have to make sure they don't get in each other's way. So maybe like here, here, here? Well, okay. Not with that knight threatening here, I guess. That's interesting. Maybe that's something wrong with this opening. Oh, I obviously that's not where the knight would go. It would go here. There's something wrong with this, which is that I wanted to do that. Well, maybe it's fine. Here, suppose they take here. It's unguarded. They can do that. But then I could do this, and it comes out all right, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, maybe they initiate the exchange first, and then take this? No, I still win this pawn here, so I don't know. And it's not like knight here, then here or here is any huge threat, as far as I can see. I was going to take with the pawn. Should I not? Should I take with a knight for some reason? I don't think so. I want these center pawns. On the other hand, I seem to now be down a pawn, right? Like, I thought I had it worked out. That following up with the exchange or the trade would work, but it didn't. You'll have to rewind 30 seconds and see why I thought I wasn't going to lose this pawn. No matter what I do, the video seems to be just I can't get the aspect ratio right. There we go. That looks right. Oh, and I forgot there is a way to change show board resize handle. I always forget it does it during, so I could do this if I wanted more board and less of this stuff at the bottom. I guess that's the biggest it gets, huh? Okay. Well, opponent seems to be gone. I'm not really keen to just claim a victory here. But they have been gone for like a minute and a half. I don't know. I'll give them some time. As I said in a recent video, I do think, like, I don't know, you in a competitive match you would be allowed some leeway if people knew you were leaving on purpose. I assume on the internet they do it this way because you might accidentally leave, and like it's really stupid for everyone to waste 10 minutes waiting for you if you like, I don't know, well, I guess if you accidentally left, then claiming victory would be the right thing to do. But it's more like, I don't know, people take this format less seriously. And so, right, it's not like you paid money to go to a tournament or something and committed a whole day of your time to it. You might just be like, oh, dinner's ready or whatever, right? And that's more important than finishing this match with a stranger. Okay, I mean, opponent's been gone over 2 minutes at this point, I think. I'm just going to have to claim a victory here, which is too bad. I don't want to sit around talking about nothing for the next 6.5 minutes. There's other people you could watch for that. So let's look at what happened here. Was C4 or D4 my problem? I assume so, right? Like, no, it likes this. It says that's a good move. I was not supposed to recapture, though. I was supposed to get this pawn out of harm's way first. Because now they have to move the knight. They could retake, of course, and they're up. They won a pawn. And perhaps, they've won a pawn and they have a pawn in danger. But I'm about to win a knight, right? Which is why they won't do that. So this is a mistake. This does drop a pawn. Is this what I had in mind, or did I just like have some other line that I thought? How do I look at, like, I don't know. I might as well ask for computer analysis. It should be done in a second. Yeah, there was that it just says inaccuracy, which is a little surprising. I would call that a mistake. But oh, interesting. So, of course, it thinks white starts out ahead, and this move's fine, this move's fine. It really doesn't like pushing this pawn. Just develop more pieces, huh? This, like, push and then push is not really much of a thing, huh? I did notice it was making things awkward for, developing, we need this square kind of badly, and also this square. And it's just kind of slow to spend 3 of the first 4 moves pushing pawns while the opponent's developing pieces. I remember, like, very little from my childhood chess lessons, but I remember getting pieces out, developing, very important. I've lost sight of that. I make too many pawn moves. Okay. Oh, do I have a real rating now? No. Because I won that game, so it's, like, still not sure, I guess. It thought it was about to settle on me being a bad player, and it's like, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, Laszlo Horvath. Let's not do this. All right. I mean, this is exactly what happened last game, and this was the right move. Or no, last game he did this, right? No, they did this. Yeah, this is book. I've learned a thing or two. We'll just defend the pawn. It's so hard to draw arrows. I don't know. I can't believe I haven't made any misclicks in the actual play yet because I'm so bad at drawing arrows. What is that about? Threatens this? Who cares? I mean, it would be awkward if I had to take with king, but I don't. I can just castle. This next, and then here. Sort of depends what opponent's up to, but that's what I'd like to do. What is this threatening? Here, I can just take with queen, so that's not really anything. Here, likewise, this just dies. I feel like that knight isn't threatening anything, and it's just dropping this pawn, right? Oh, no, this bishop is defended. Take. There's no way to deflect this knight easily. Yeah. Well, oh, I see. You can deflect the knight by doing this. Because I can't recapture because I'm tied down to the bishop. So it actually is kind of a trade. That's cute. Okay, or take the bishop first and then take the pawn. Comes out similarly. So they're going to grab the pawn, I assume. Really? Here's the thing. I see. They can't do that. Well, what if I just do this first? It loses the knight for a pawn. No, that doesn't work. I was thinking about like this with check, but the knight is still there. Can I do something cool with this knight? I don't think so. Ugh, this square is a little troubling. It's probably fine, though. Let me just get back to relative safety. I feel like I've come out the worst in this whole pawn exchange. And I assume they're taking here, then what? Pin it? Oh, that's a cool resource, I guess. They'll push. Oops. They'll push here, but then I can do that. Oh, defend it that way. Okay. But I have another attacker. Queen? Not sure about that. I'm attacking. Oh, the bishop's undefended as well. It can't even stick around. So maybe it goes here. No. Take, take. Ugh. Take, take, take. I've gotten 2 minors for the rook. And they're very good minors at the moment. My rook is also pretty good, it must be said. Can I do better than that? Ah, I see. They're attacking with they're attacking my knight. Can't I just relocate my knight here first? Get out of the way? Attack this bishop further? Wait a minute, the knight's also undefended here. I don't need this pawn doing anything else right now. I don't know, I guess I can just kick the pawn away with the knight away with a pawn now. I'm not going to, though. I'm getting to actually do this, I think. It's not an amazing victory, but I think it's something. They probably counter with, well, this or this. I'm not sure. But they get some tempo. I have a good attacking line over here, I feel like. Oh, I should have done this as an in-betweener, actually. No, the bishop's still protecting. Get rid of the bishop. Attack, leaves my queen undefended, but attacks theirs as well. And then I have this in-betweener if I want it. I think that's good. Oh, that doesn't really work very well because now the king can go attack my knight. Yeah. Also, I'm in serious, serious danger right now. I didn't notice that this is like checkmate if they get in there. If I run away with the queen, I just lose, right? Oh no. I didn't realize how much trouble I'm in. I think I might just be giving up the queen, basically. So I run away with her, I'm dead. Unless I do something extreme like this. But that's just delaying things because I still have the checkmate threat here. Oops. I think something like this is... Like, I'm in a bad position, but it might be the best I can do at the moment. Because if they take... I can take here, and now these pawns are both guarded. Yeah. Well, hang on. Yeah, I do have to actually recapture, and so I'm still losing the knight. Yeah. I wasn't aware of the danger of this in time. Their king is a little precarious, but honestly not as bad as mine, I think. And they have more pieces to capitalize on that as well. Well, I mean, we had a game where I was down like 8 and I won, right? So honestly, should be good any minute now. If I'm only down 5, I'm unbeatable. What's next? This? I feel if I hadn't spent... What's this? If I hadn't spent a tempo throwing away my knight, I might have been able to get my king a flight square in time. I'm not sure. Maybe that was too late. I don't remember the position anymore. So takes here. I don't immediately lose anything. Takes here. Isn't this kind of a problem for them if I do that? Because it lines up the queen and the rook. If the queen runs, I take the rook for free. She can't get away anywhere with... she could go here with check. And escape that way. Maybe they won't see it. I kind of need something good to happen. I think this is the only move for black. Oh, this is actually fine too. Because it pins the rook. And now I'm just like trading rooks when I'm way down, which is not very good for me. Yeah. I do have a strong center. 2 pawns and a king. But my opponent probably has... I think this pawn structure is better, honestly. Well, now they just take this, and... I don't know, I think it would be nice to keep their king out. But... I don't think it's really worth throwing away pawns. I really don't know any endgame theory. Obviously, I can't put my king here because it drops the bishop. Obviously, I'm like extremely losing right now. Just, well, okay. Just trying to see if I can make like plays that are not horrible. That wasn't one. All right. Fair enough. See you later, bishop. All right, give me the analysis. Yeah. I feel like a lot of my games have gone this way, where I'm like actually building a reasonable early advantage. Indeed, often a sizable one, and then I just blunder everything away. And it was knight takes knight takes c5? I don't remember that being the problem move. Here? Yeah, this was a problem because it... Ah, the knight was guarding this square. So if I just get the queen out of the way, they can't do... Oops. They can't do this. So the queen is in danger. And I thought, okay, fine, the queen's in danger, but I can do this, threatening their queen. And, you know, if they take, then, you know, what have I lost? I've lost a knight for a bishop, and I can still move my queen later. And that's all true. Oh, I see. Thinks it would have been better to do this than to support it. Well, than to throw away a knight, I guess. Yeah, that certainly is true. It's true, I can still move my queen, but I needed either her or ideally the knight watching this square. And so throwing away the knight was a problem for the queen because they were kind of both guarding that file. Okay, any other big mistakes this game? It says 2 blunders. This was the other, huh? I had a massive advantage here. And playing a... I had a piece advantage. Was it just this? Why didn't I do that? Here, here, here. I was worried they would take my knight as an in-betweener, but they can't. They're in check the whole time. So takes, takes, takes. King has to do something, or queen has to block. In fact, if queen blocks, it's even worse for the opponent, right? Well, she could... Yeah, because she blocks here, say. I think here's the same. I guess it's not my rook barreling through, it's my queen. Barrel through here. Now king has to take... Oh, I don't have this fork. But I do get to pick up a pawn. Yeah, so I think we just do it now. No, it doesn't like that. It says it's still a strongish position. It's only up by 4 instead of by 6, though. So it's a big loss to make that play. So I considered this briefly and then realized that knight is unprotected, and it seems very bad. Is it this? It lets me trade knight for bishop now, and also kind of ruin this pawn, put it over here. And still have this threat as a follow-up, but can't it go takes... I see. Now I have 2 knights hanging, but they can only take one of them. Here or here, but not both. So takes. They obviously can't go this way, the knight's pinned. Takes. They're in check, and I've gotten 3 minor pieces for a rook and 2 minor pieces. No, a rook and 1 minor piece. So I'm up 2 minors for the rook. They're in check. This knight is hanging, but I can move him once they resolve the check. So I think that's what I was supposed to do. Yeah. And it says, just don't take this guy. Grab this knight. Then we go in for this, right? Oh, interesting. Why take here first? Oh, because it's just undefended. You don't have to trade a rook for 2 minors. You can just pick up a minor for free. Ah. This queen isn't really defending this bishop at all. If I make her like have to attack the knight instead. I can do this. Right? Like right now the queen is doing 2 things. She's defending this. She's threatening to take here, but it's actually not much of a threat, so I could just counter by taking here. So if I do something that makes her take this, it interferes with her defense of this bishop, and then I can scoop it up. Now, she could do this, or black could do this, and still be defending here. But I can deflect her, still pick up the bishop, and then I also get the knight. Was I getting the knight as well in that other line? Yeah, I was. I see. So I get it either way. Okay. Huh. Well, I created a cool tactical position, but did not take advantage of it properly. I wonder what that says about me as a chess player. Like, I don't know. I guess the answer is like you're just a beginner, right? But it's interesting to me that as a beginner, what I end up doing is build up a good advantage in the early game and then lose. Just like need to practice on recognizing traps, basically. I kind of want to do the opposite of like puzzles, because I want to do like puzzles that are like avoid a disaster. Because I feel like I do okay. I'm not great or anything at these puzzles, but what's going on here? There's a lot of pressure on this piece. I have 2 rooks and a queen there. There are 2 defenders. So if I were willing to sack everything, I could take it all. Sack 2 rooks, right? But what's the end game there? I have a queen here in the end. I guess I could, at the very least, force a stalemate that way. But it's not really... It doesn't look to me like that's what I should be trying for. What if I try to get a knight involved as well? Maybe that scares away the bishop. Like, there's no immediate threats against me that I can see. Rook here, I could just take the rook, or I could ignore it, maybe. So what I like the idea of is this. It adds another attacker to this pawn. It threatens the bishop, and the bishop is pinned. Sorry, the pawn is pinned, so the bishop's actually undefended. That must be good. Now, they're interfering with my queen's route to that square. But I think it's still right to just pick up the bishop. I don't see any immediate danger in doing so. Yeah, okay, good puzzle. Queen here is no longer attacking the knight. Bishop is only defended by the king now. See, tactics puzzles are all about attacking. And that hasn't been, I don't know. I guess I definitely missed some tactics. Like in the last game, I had a great attacking tactic. But I feel like a lot of the game, I end up doing something that blows up on defense. Maybe here? This pawn is a bit of a sensitive spot. Doesn't seem like that big a deal. Because like if knight gets here, what he does is not that amazing. I guess the king's a little short on squares if I have a bishop here and a knight here. It could allow me a discovered attack with the knight, which is pretty amazing usually. It also frees up this pawn for attacking. Its last defender would be gone. This seems okay. There's no immediate danger. Oh, wow, that is very immediate. Well, I mean, here, the bishop's supporting, right? So I can't just take. If I'm here, my king is pretty exposed, but not in any immediate danger. What if I just take this? King can retake, but then I have something like queen here? Is that any good? Doesn't seem very good. Bishop's guarding the queen, so the king has to move. Wait, where does he move to? I guess back here, right? And I don't have any amazing follow-up to that I can see. Could just take the bishop. What's wrong with taking the bishop? Takes. Queen doesn't want to sack herself down here. Queen doesn't really want to take here. I don't know, maybe she does, but I don't know. I'll take the bishop. It's a bad move. Bad move. What was I supposed to do? Pawn push. The computer's saying black should sack the queen for a knight at this point. Why? It's even saying maybe, forget the queen. So why is she in so much danger? Why can't she run away? What's the big threat? This square is unattacked. I guess that's the only one, huh? So what's wrong with queen here? We can take the bishop and attack her again. At which point she goes, I don't know, here? So the queen, it seems to me, can escape, and I only win like a bishop out of it, but I guess I also get good control over both of these files? I don't know. What's it saying? What happens if this? It says that's awful. We take. She runs? Now we do this? No, it likes king up. What a weird move. I don't understand the danger this queen is in. Why does it want to keep moving her? So this bishop here thing... Oh, interesting. It's a real threat, just not like at the time I was trying to do it. But I don't understand all these moves that came after. Huh. I don't know. I don't like this puzzle. I don't understand it. What's going on here? Position material is even. Opponents maybe slightly more developed. They've just played knight here, so this is obviously one possibility. What about knight takes here? Because if the knight retakes, we just mop up a bishop, right? The knight just walked into a kind of pin here. If the queen x-rays through my knight. So I think my knight's in the way. Yeah, this puzzle's totally fine. A little easy, but... They're attacking my queen. But I have an in-betweener to take their queen, perhaps? I see. So I could do this to save my queen, but it would be better to pick up theirs first. No. Oh, I see. Pick up a... Because if I take their queen, I lose the bishop for a queen. Well, no, I lose... Goes bishop takes queen, knight takes queen. And at the end of it, what's happened? I just retreat with my bishop, and we're even, right? But I can do so much better if I trade my queen off for a rook while their queen is hanging. They actually won't retake. They'll get their queen out of the way, I think. Oh. Well, I guess taking my queen is as good as saving theirs. And this way they get a bishop out of it. Or their knight. Yeah, okay, that's a good puzzle. This bishop... Oh. Rook's undefended. Take... You don't want to take here because it's pinned to the queen, right? I mean, you can. It's just a queen trade, but in the end, I'm up this rook. Yeah, okay. More tactics, more tactics. Well, this is looking pretty bad because of the rook. It might be appealing if we could somehow win this rook. This is an interesting intersection square, but I don't see any way to do anything with it at the moment. In fact, I don't see much of anything going on. Rook here? Threatens the knight? Well, it threatens the knight, and if they move the knight, then it threatens the back rank. Right? I think it would be like game over. Yeah. If I went here and they moved the knight, that would be it. I would have checkmate. Mate in 1. Well, 2, because they could block with the rook. Oh, or if they moved the knight here, I can't even go there at all. So that doesn't really work. I was saying, but even if they don't move the knight, if they just defend it, that's another way to defend the checkmate. So, actually, this might be a better defense. So rook here doesn't seem to do much of anything. What about rook here? That threatens checkmate more directly. But they could block it like that, for example, or like this. Worth noting that I'm down a knight at this point. Wait a minute, I can pick up a pawn with check. And that gives me somewhere other than here, or here, to get to the back rank if I want. Ah! Pick up the pawn with check. King moves somewhere. And then I can go to the back rank and maybe pick up the knight? So that works if the king moves anywhere onto the back rank. What if he goes here? I think that must be the main line. Huh, so we've been like using our queen to pick up pawns apparently. So I can do this, and it seems good. Oh, follow up by picking this one up as well, I guess. And then the king has to move to the back rank, and then I sweep over and pick up the knight. Oh, he didn't do that. I see. Because that just involves losing the knight and also a pawn. So I had to consider that line, but it didn't actually happen because it's not best. Okay. I think that's enough chess/puzzles for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up button. Haha. I don't really care. You can hit the button if you want. I don't get any money either way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.